All right, we're lucky enough to be joined by some property managers here from 414 Real Estate. I've got the pleasure of introducing you to Abbey Berry. Say hello, Abbey.
Hello.
And I've also got Grace Branch with me, who's a bit nervous. So everyone, be gentle. But say hello, Grace.
Hello.
Oh, wow, what an amazing voice you have. Nothing to worry about. No, it's an absolute pleasure to have you guys here. I've got Pat with me here. He's holding Abby's hand to make sure everything goes all right on that front.
Sure am. I'm here for you, darling.
Oh.
What a guy.
Have we explained that we're married and he's not just being a creeper?
No, that came up on episode 1. It's very, very important that people know who we are.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of that, can you guys tell us a bit about yourselves?
Sure. I'm Abby. I am Patrick's wife, as apparently has already been discussed. So I'm one of the property managers at 414 and the manager of the property management department. I've been here for about 8 years in my position. Yeah.
Cool. And you've got some people that work for you?
Well, I have Grace, who has recently been promoted from my assistant up to a portfolio manager.
Woohoo.
And we also have another member, Christy, who isn't here at the moment, who's also a portfolio manager.
And for the people out there like me who are the layman in real estate and drive this conversation, what does a portfolio manager do?
What don't we do?
Oh,
I mean, let's be honest.
True.
Well,
Yeah.
The amount of times that my wife tells me that she's the worker and I just sit around and talk. So she must do something. What do you do?
I don't even know where to start, to be honest. I guess starting from the start, we first of all have to do appraisals to get new rental listings into the agency. Once they're listed, then we have to advertise and do showings. We process applications after the showings.
And the processing's an important part, I assume.
Processing applications is very important to make sure that we're getting a really good applicant for the properties. We take it really seriously.
Lots of stalking.
Lots
Very
of
important.
stalking. Yes, we will definitely be checking out your Facebook, your Instagram, any Googling you. We want to know as much about the people we're putting into properties as we can.
So if I was trying to get a property, I should be putting a photo up that's like me saying, "You're the best, Abby and Grace," with thumbs up.
Definitely don't put a photo of you with your dog inside a house when you've told me that you don't have a dog, or you having a smoke with your mate when you've told me that you're not a smoker, because straight away you're going to the no pile.
All this stuff is like that comes up. That's part of your job. You'll literally go and sorry, I'm stumbling there. What happened before the age of social media? How did the role?
Couldn't tell you didn't do property management. I imagine that probably the vetting process was a lot easier for applicants anyway.
Couldn't get as much information without social media.
Yeah. So it's a good thing for you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
For me, I've been, as I said, 8 years. Probably only been in the last maybe 4 years really that it's something that we do on a pretty regular basis, is to check out someone on their social media accounts if we can, if they aren't too locked down.
For sure. So Grace, tell us about yourself. How did you get into this industry?
I don't even know how I got here. I came and had an interview and got a job.
It's just so easy.
What inspired
I
you?
still wonder.
What inspired you to interview at a real estate agency?
I've always had an interest in real estate and properties and houses, and Jasmine, one of our sales consultants, she's looking at me right now. She's happy that I mentioned her name. She put up a status on Facebook saying that 414 was looking for a property management assistant. So I came in and here I am.
So we have
really
Jasmine to blame.
Yes.
And we really like to get people that haven't worked in property management before as employees. It's always worked really well for us because we can get them in and train them in exactly how we do. We have our processes rather than someone who's worked somewhere else and has been trained differently and then having to change their habits and their processes. So it's worked out really well for us, definitely with Grace and with previous employees as well.
Yeah, fantastic. Do you concur with that assessment?
I'm a mini Abbey now, so
It's
Yeah.
Does that mean Abby's getting pink hair soon as well?
Ooh.
Abby had the pink hair first.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're just going through your pink hair phase.
I just went a bit more crazy.
Gotcha.
And it's good when I can pick up, say, a condition report and I can't quite tell if I wrote it or Grace wrote it. It means that...
Oh, wow. Oh, so you've passed it on that well that the training is... You've basically made a little Abby bot.
I've done what I was told to do, I think.
So hopefully I'm doing it right.
Yes. Well, the buck stops at you.
Yes.
But going out into lots of properties, I do the media and go into lots of tenanted properties. I hear nothing but wonderful things from tenants about, oh, Grace did this for me, or Christy's really looks after me and makes sure I'm all good. And so you must be doing something right.
We try to. I mean, happy tenants mean that we have a happier work life because we don't have people ringing and having difficult conversations. So as much as
try
we
to
can
have a good relationship with tenants because, well, you're intruding their space half of the time. You're going into their home. They need to feel comfortable with you. So
Yeah. And so that's part of the word that you said before about getting everybody into the house. What's it called when you are...
Oh, he's talking about processing of applications.
That's the one.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Let me start that again. So that's all part of the processing side of things. So making sure that it is thorough and you're getting the right people to fit the right houses.
Mm-hmm. But as well, it can come down a bit to the property owner too. So
Sure.
Someone who's really invested in being a good landlord and wants to do the best by their tenants, that definitely makes it easier for us to have a good relationship with the tenant because we're not having to constantly say to them, no, the owner doesn't want to do this, the owner doesn't want to do that. So that definitely helps. Quite often we use the phrase meat in the sandwich because that's what we become.
You guys are the meat.
We're the meat. The owner and the tenant are the bread.
I was going to say it must get pretty difficult because not only do you, obviously you're employed by the owner, so your job is to look after the owner's property, but at the same time you also need to help the tenant. And there's certain legislations that revolve around the tenant, so you have to have that sort of happy medium with both owner and tenant that they both feel comfortable, don't
Absolutely. So as you say, we are employed by the owner, so our first priority is to work for the owner and do whatever we can within legislation. It can get tricky when owners want to do things that aren't quite legislated or want to bend it a little bit.
The grey zone.
The grey zone, yes. And that makes it difficult for us with tenants because we can understand exactly where they're coming from and why they might want something or need something, but we may not be able to give it to them because of the owner of the property.
Yeah, sure.
Meat in the sandwich.
Yeah, it's kind of the juggling act of balancing everybody's needs. So it is quite an important role, and there's a lot to take in.
Yeah, it's definitely a job I don't want. So
Yeah.
I'm really glad I've got you guys
People
work in that area.
Well, this is meant to be an interview of the property management girls, but I'm going to throw it to you, Pat. Have you ever considered, like when you guys were getting into the industry as husband and wife, was it ever discussed, I'm going to do this role, I'm going to do this role, or like how did it come about?
I think actually what happened was that me, Dad, Mum would talk shop all the time and Abby got sick of it. So when we had somebody resign, she just said, I'm taking that job. So
I don't actually think I said I'm taking it. Your dad came and interviewed me at home in my pajamas one morning.
Oh.
And at the time I wasn't really that happy with the employment that I had. So the opportunity arose and I thought it sounded like something that I would be interested in doing. And I 100% would say I'm not someone that would want to be a sales consultant. To me, that holds no interest. And I really feel like you probably are, you would lean towards either being sales consultant or property manager. They're
sure,
quite
so
different in terms of what you do.
I know straight away that Abby's strengths are policy, procedures, systems, and having checklists that she ticks off and crosses out and make sure everything is done perfectly.
Yep.
Where I can have like a million balls in the air at one time that I'm trying to juggle with all different things happening. So we both do our different jobs differently, completely different.
They
create-
are very different.
create
in
that
terms of how
balance.
they're done.
So have you ever done property management?
No.
No, you've never done that, Pat.
And
He doesn't have the necessary skills.
Oh.
No patience.
my first problem is I can't spell, and there's a lot of writing involved in property management, so that pretty much rules me out.
So quickly, could you guys sum up 3 main skills that are required for property management?
Organisation,
Patience.
conflict management.
Wow, you really are the one person.
That was so impressive. They just looked at each other in the eye and they were like, we know exactly what we're going to say.
Boom, boom, boom. Done.
We spend a lot of time together. We're here 40 hours a week
In the same room.
in the same room, plus the Snapchats and messenger messages, the
Car
car rides,
rides.
the car rides.
So it's safe to say you love doing what you do?
I do.
Not every day.
It was
Oh.
a really.
There was an
Pause
awkward
there.
pause there, but I can cut that out if we need to.
Oh,
But I won't.
Yeah.
I get up. No, I get up and I'm happy to go to work.
Does anyone love their job
I
every
love my
single
job.
day?
I love my job.
Yeah.
I actually do very much so enjoy my job.
I think one strength of the 414 family is that the word family fits in there, and it might have started as a family business with these guys, and obviously you've become part of the family from the outside and then come into the business side of it. But I think the strength is everybody is supportive of one another, and one of the tricky parts of a family is everybody has their roles. And for everyone out there that doesn't know, Abbey organised all our flu shots today. Abbey,
So we've all got sore arms.
Abbey organises all of the social functions. Abbey organises everything for us. So Abbey has the role of being the protector and the mum of the 414 family. So I can understand why you could be like, oh, I don't want to go to work today. I've got to be their mum. And
But I think
I'm
that's
mum
the
at
part
home.
of it I like the most,
Ah.
is knowing that when I come to work, it is because especially Patrick and I are so invested in the business. It's nice to know that we come to work and it does feel like family. It's not just people that we have to hang out with for 8 hours that we've been forced to be with. But we genuinely like spending time with everybody that we have in our employment.
Yeah.
It
No,
may
I
feel
think-
like family.
I
to
think
us.
it's a credit to you guys for creating that atmosphere. And
I get really sad at 4 o'clock when Aaron goes home. I got that last hour and a half by myself. I'm like, hey, Aaron. Oh, it's not good.
your son feels the same. He's, Aaron, the iPad's not working for this game. Aaron. So let it be known I'm the cool uncle of the family
Yes.
that just entertains people.
And I'm sure we could say that Grace and Jasmine are the little sisters to Patrick. That's
Oh.
certainly how they seem to be treated. He stirs them up constantly.
Don't
And I
say
probably have a
anything.
bit of
You're
a
looking
mother
at me
hen.
like you're going to say something.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to chat with us. Hopefully the phones didn't ring too much while you're away. I think Pat's been working on his little AI robot to help you out with that.
Yeah. Google Home, something coming soon.
It's live now.
Oh, it's live now.
We just haven't told our tenants yet.
Get your Google Home ready.
Indeed.
Bring it on. But no, it's been lovely talking with you guys. Thank you for taking the time, and
Thanks for
hopefully
having
we
us.
can get you on here another time.
Next Friday, I reckon.
Yeah, did you enjoy yourselves?
It wasn't so bad.
I feel better now I've done
I
it.
told you.
A little less nervous.
Maybe
Yeah.
we need a glass of wine though next week.
Hey, we've been...
Yeah,
Yeah,
you guys
you
have got
too.
beer. We didn't get a drink.
Well, that's why we do our podcast on a Friday. It's real estate talk and beer. It's just what we do.
Okay.
But it has been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No problem.
Bada boom. Thank you.
Same person.
414 Real Estate has been operating within the northern suburbs of Hobart since 2006. With their innovative approach to marketing and managing your property, they have all your property needs covered. Find out more by visiting them today at 414.com.au.